get on over to YouTube. That's where we have all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
We've been shouting out all kinds of listeners who showed up at the summit yesterday. I want to shout out one more.
Do it.
What's up, Jarvis? Did you meet Jarvis?
Jarvis?
Jarvis is the Shaq-looking fella that was right up front.
I met Jarvis.
That's Jarvis.
In the A's gear.
Yes. Jarvis was all kinds of awesome.
I met him in the hand washing station outside the all-gender restroom.
Okay.
We washed our hands, not together, but we both were washing our hands at the same time.
Yeah.
You better be careful. I'm trying to be careful.
Yeah. Don't wash your hands of people. These are our people here. But Jarvis is not a YouTuber.
Okay.
He's just somebody who listens on the radio. Like, there's a crazy thought.
Right.
Remember those things, radios? So anyway, I just want to say hi to Jarvis because Jarvis was a whole lot of fun. Got to meet him. Has one of those attitudes that's just infectious. He was very, very nice to the lovely Christy, who was sitting very, very nearby. And so, hello, Jarvis. I hope you're listening right now. It was wonderful to meet you yesterday. We're already getting ready for the next summit, whenever or wherever the hell it's going to be.
Yeah.
But I can't wait. I can't wait. Those are so much fun.
And it's great. And we are very appreciative of Joe and Bonte, Steiny and Goo for taking time out of their off-air hours to come join you and I, because you and I are there and, we do 4 hours and we all do our 4 hours. And then part of our 4 is to have those 4 in for the second half for the back 2. And it's fun for us to share our time with those guys, but, it's definitely a sacrifice for them to take time out of their busy lives to come join us.
No doubt. So thank you to everyone. Honestly, thank you to everyone except for you and me. Is sort of how I feel when I leave the summit, right?
Yeah, totally.
All of the listeners who show up is amazing. Tim and Tack and the technical work that they're doing. Matt Nahagian running around, sending me 87 texts within the actual show, kind of shaping what we're doing. Luke was out there running around, moving pizzas around and content at the same time. Bonte and Joe exhausted from the morning, and then Steiny and Goose straight from their show to get into the car to come do more. You and I just go somewhere else and do our show.
Exactly.
So
and then we have 4 guests.
Yeah. Exactly. So really, really cool.
And the returns are in. Steiny gets the MVP.
Yes.
He got both booed lustily and cheered lustily, which is really hard to do.
That's what you want. You don't want it right down the middle. You want a healthy discussion on both sides.
But it's ironic that it came from him, Mr. I don't have a strong opinion. When he gets in front of a live audience, and maybe it's that team and that topic, but he had strong opinions.
Yeah, absolutely. And
nice and refreshing change.
At the end, he said something nice. And it was the first time in the history of his career that he's ever done it. So the whole room stood up, and we started to cheer and chant his name.
That was funny.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want?
And he immediately wanted it back.
I know he did.
He regretted
I can't believe I did that. Can't believe it.
I actually bumped into him in the bar after because, we do like the 19th hole.
What the hell happened after I left, by the way? Were you guys drinking till midnight or something?
I was not there till midnight. I have a baby at home.
Guru can barely speak today. What the hell happened after this event?
I had one and talked to a lot of the listeners who were nice enough to stay after.
I wish I could have stayed.
Yeah. And, you grabbed a handful of cookies and you were gone.
I'm gone.
And... you do you, and I love it.
Well,
and, you got a lot of things going on.
Yeah, Ella had soccer practice, which, by the way, I didn't even make. I had to call in I was like Gabe Kapler halfway through this trip home. I'm like, guys, a bunch of people were like, hey, can you? And I'm like, I got to go. My daughter's out of soccer like in a half hour, and I'm 45 minutes away. So I got to go. And then somebody crashed into somebody on 580.
Yeah.
That was the end of that. And I was like Kapler heading to the mound. I'm calling other people's parents. We're going to need you to go pick up my daughter.
Totally.
So I wish I could stay and get lambasted like everybody else, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, not lambasted, just had the one.
Well,
and,
just speak for yourself.
It was a one and done, but I bumped into Steiny, and he's like, what was that? Why was everyone cheering? That made me uncomfortable. And I said, Steiny, you said something nice about the Warriors, and, everybody was going crazy, and he was a little bit caught off guard by the whole thing.
Of course.
Which is so perfectly him. But... yeah, Steiny gets the MVP, and it was fantastic. You did a great job of moderating, as always.
Whatever.
And I get in where I can get in, but, I
try to whack you on the leg at least 4 times.
And you're good like that. And
get in there.
I got my touches, but you know me, I like I'm more prone to, and I really enjoy the one-liner and like the quick quip more. And that's not really the format for that. The audience it's noisy and you got 6 people talking. So, for me, it's better if I just lay back a lot.
Is this, Grandy's got Steiny's take. Is this the one that got everybody to cheer him, or was it a hot take? Which one was it?
This was the Draymond Chris Paul one.
Oh, yeah, check it out. This was not the standing O. This was the tone setter for the entire day.
Draymond better be careful. How about that?
You come for the beer, you stay for the heel turn.
He better be careful. I'll tell you what.
Oh, here he goes.
I'll tell you what right now. It is not outside the realm of possibility. At the beginning of next year, Chris Paul's a Warrior and Draymond isn't. Put that in the cap. Yeah. Put it in the cap. Put it in the cap. And you guys know what kind of year I'm having.
Okay. We got a couple things before we go back to the phones. Clarence, hang out right where you are. We'll be
Put
right
it in the cap.
First of all,
that's a time capsule.
The absolute best part of that was not even anything to do with the take. It was and you guys know what kind of year I'm having. He thinks he's on fire.
Totally.
I don't even know if he really is, but that's okay. Actually, I read that as that's still residue from what happened with his Mavericks take 2 years. It is. Which I wish he wouldn't take so damn personal. He got called on it, and fine. It's not, he wasn't wrong about the Mavericks thing, because as I pointed out, it's not what he actually thought.
Right.
So, okay, now he thinks he's on fire, and he's getting everything right. Good for him. He thought the Giants were going to the playoffs. So did I. We were wrong, but apparently he doesn't remember that one. Anyway, there you go. The other thing about that, does it sound like we're in an arena with 10,000 people?
Yeah. It's loud.
Wait a minute. Sorry. We were in an arena with 10,000 people who showed up at Fieldwork Brewing Company in San Leandro.
Definitely.
Dude, it sounds raucous in there.
It was raucous.
It was.
And it was loud. And even when you and I were doing our show, our portion 2 to 4, you and I looked at each other at about 3:30, and I was like, and I think I mouthed to you, I'm like, this is really loud. And
I can't even hear you.
Yeah.
There were, honestly, during the actual...
the summit, yeah.
No, meaning the after our portion, the 4 to 6 portion, there were moments you were 2 feet from me.
Totally.
And I'm like, I can't fully hear what you're saying. Dude, it was like being at one of those bars where the music's like all the way turned up and you got to lean over and speak into people's ears. You know what I mean? What's your number?
Totally.
Like it was almost like that. So what great energy, man.
Yeah.
So
loud and
fun.
raucous. And I don't know if that take is going to age well. The whole idea of, Draymond gone and Chris Paul still here.
It's like it's not even a take. He threw it out as a possibility. It's like, well, Zaza, anything's possible.
Sure. That's Kevin Garnett.
Is it?
Anything is possible.
Okay. Anyway.
Zaza was nothing easy.
That's right. You got me. And Zaza's also, this is a great question, but a stupid question.
Yes.
Isn't he?
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
All right.